Right, going back to the top story, joining me are two very special guests, Mr. R. Rajagopalan and Mr. Prafulla Ketkar. Mr. Rajagopalan is a veteran journalist and Mr. Ketkar is the editor of Organiser Weekly. Gentlemen, welcome to DD India News Hour. Mr. Ketkar, if I can come to you first, 115 seats and counting in Rajasthan, 54 and counting in Chhattisgarh, 163 and counting in Madhya Pradesh. How do you view the BJP's wins in these key states in the Hindi heartland?
Good evening, Ramesh. This is a remarkable victory. But what is most important to remember here, of course, this is a victory, the way Indian democracy, the way media has played role, but all the pollsters, nobody was ready to give this kind of mandate in all the four states. Everywhere they were saying it is a neck to neck. And what is actually, the voters, electorates have given a clear mandate that clearly shows that they want a full majority decisive government.
Right.
So that is first impression that I get. For me, the Madhya Pradesh victory is most remarkable because nobody was giving more than 42 to 43% vote share for BJP. BJP has already crossed 48% of vote share, not just the seats. If you see in a state level election, if some party is gaining 48%, then it is beyond what we generally called as pro-incumbency, anti-incumbency. It is a wave.
Right.
It is a wave. So, of course, Rajasthan, it was on expected lines because there has been, turnaround governments there. Chhattisgarh, again, is a big surprise because everybody was just giving away Chhattisgarh to Congress. And there, BJP getting up to 54 seats, it's again a remarkable thing. So, Modi's, connect with the people, BJP's organizational strategy, and the connect with the masses. All these three factors perhaps has, their work for BJP in the heartland.
Absolutely. Mr. Rajagopalan, I'm sure you've watched how the day unfolded from morning till evening for the BJP in particular. What do you attribute the BJP's big wins in the Hindi heartland to?
Narendra Modi's Prime Minister's sincerity. Mr. Ramesh, Mr. Ketkar, I should claim myself that I covered Indian Parliament for 42 years. Never seen such a landslide victory for any government, including that of, stalwart governments like Narasimha Rao, Manmohan Singh or anything. But Narendra Modi has been winning because he says himself that Modi to guarantee ko guarantee there hai. So he's giving guarantee to guarantee. So how did he get that word? Because Nari Shakti. And he quoted in tribal women when he went to Chhattisgarh that it is first Indian Prime Minister is from tribal community. Second, Mr. Amit Shah went to Saktar, Bastar, where Chhattisgarh, where the Naxals did, the root of Naxalism.
Right.
So he said it is being wiped out. So even in the hotland of, Chhattisgarh, main issue was Naxalism. For the last 10 years, there is no question of Naxal because Narendra Modi ensured, Mr. Government of BJP ensured that the root cause of Naxalism was found and that has been rooted out. These two, apart from that, from his speech, victory speech, I could make out that he has entered into the orbit of hat-trick of 2024 because he claimed is going to be a entry into 2024 hat-trick, that he is coming back to power in 2024 is ensured. Apart from that, Mr. Ramesh, I tell you as a political correspondent, it is a message to the regional parties, especially DMK, especially Samajwadi Party, especially Uddhav Thackeray, especially Nitish Kumar, and also to Lalu Yadav's RJD, because Prime Minister said corruption, dynast, these two go side by side.
Right.
So with these two, I understand, my analysis would be that Mr. Narendra Modi's victory for these three states is a resounding victory, and that has proved the pollsters, including many newspapers, many private television owners, they all predicted one here, one there, one there, like that. They compensated every society, every political party, but the result is different. So the public impression in the poll results, the poll stars, especially the exit polls, have been duped and dumped.
As you say, Mr. Rajagopalan, PM Modi himself said in so many words this evening at the BJP headquarters in Delhi that the results are a mandate, a clear, resounding mandate against corruption. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But Mr. Ketkar, as you said in your opening remarks there, the BJP's win in Chhattisgarh took you and some others by surprise, but the expected results were to be seen in Rajasthan. But the landslide, the 163 seats in counting in Madhya Pradesh, nobody gave the BJP, as you said, to cross more than 42% vote share. How did the BJP beat 18 years of anti-incumbency?
See, Ramesh, I see it differently. It is not just anti-incumbency that BJP has beaten. I see electorates have defeated the agenda that alternatives were proposing.
Right.
Of course, BJP had came up with a clear-cut, manifesto and the promises that were made to the people, and of course the delivery. But if you see 2-3 things, opposition party, what are they, giving as alternative? One, targeting private Indian corporates like Adani and Ambani. So people have rejected that. What they are proposing is go back to the caste level divisions and caste census and all these things. Again, people have rejected that. Third, they were proposing, uproot Sanatan Dharma and, complete rejection of our ancient culture. And again, people have rejected that. So people, on the one hand, they are getting a guarantee for security, for social inclusion, good governance. And on the other hand, what they are getting is a divisive, negative agenda. So I think it is a combination of these two has resulted into what we are seeing in Madhya Pradesh results. It is a clear-cut sweeping mandate. And remember, last time it was BJP who had lesser seats than Congress. Later, the people switched over.
Right.
Before that, from 2013, if we see just Shivraj Singh tenure, it is his 4th election. Even before that, if we include, Uma Bhartiji's, then 2003 onwards, consecutively for last 20 years, barring one period by Kamal Nath, people have seen both the sides, and now people have given a decisive mandate.
Right.
So I think now the responsibility is more on BJP. What kind of change, what kind of delivery, what kind of governance, especially the women voters, as you are showing on your screen. Youth and women, they have turned out to be major factors in favor of BJP. Not the caste, not the religion, not the language, but it is the inclusion of right constituency, aspirational constituency through decisive policy making that has worked for BJP, I believe, in Madhya Pradesh.
Absolutely. Mr. Rajagopalan, I want you to pick up from where the threads from where Mr. Ketkar left. And I want us to talk a bit more at length on Madhya Pradesh in particular. Do you think the gambit of collective leadership, of roping in members of parliament and others to contest the elections in Madhya Pradesh also helped the BJP increase the stakeholders, as if share the responsibility, so to speak, among a wider cross-section of leadership, and that held the party in good stead in Madhya Pradesh in particular?
It's a very carefully crafted strategy.
Right.
It was a gamble, political gamble that, BJP played. But why I use the word gamble? Because it is like a tossing.
Right.
And that fielding of members of parliament and others, sitting ministers, also taken away the little bit of anti-incumbency, and that also main reason for the sweep.
Indeed.
Apart from that, Mr. Ramesh, Prafulla Ketkar will understand and appreciate my point of view. two Congress governments have been uprooted. Two Congress governments, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. It is not an easy joke. But for the local, against the Congress, especially the way in which Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been blabbering for the last 3-4 months about that OBC, about that Adani, which Prafulla Ketkar mentioned, about that China, about even, for example, Chandrayaan. For example, new Parliament House, Central Vista. For example, day before yesterday, when the Uttarakashi tunnel was evacuated, they heckled, they put a meme in the website, and now it is high time Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of the Congress, should revisit what Mr. A.K. Anthony in 2014 gave a report to the Congress High Command about the defeat of Congress in 2014, that they went after the minority community and antagonized the majority community. The same one. Now Congress should also look how they lost Chhattisgarh, how they lost Rajasthan, because Prime Minister in his speech also mentioned the examination, bacche ko bhi paper chura liya. What does it mean? Even the paper leakage, the Congress government made huge money even on the paper question papers, paper leakage. By leaking that, they made a huge amount of black money, whatever that what they have said. In my understanding, Mr. Ramesh, repeatedly Mr. Modi 8 times he mentioned the guarantee. Why? In 2018, when the Rafale issue came, the Chaukidar Chor attributed was, taken very seriously by Mr. Narendra Modi.
Right.
And in 2019, the Chaukidar Chor was the main poll campaign for Mr. Narendra Modi. He went to town and he changed his Twitter handle also as Chaukidar Narendra Modi. So now I am very planning that, what Mr. Narendra Modi and BJP would be saying, guarantee. So they brought that guarantee again, taken the cue from Congress, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. They are going to damage the Congress by the word of guarantee. Repeated words of guarantee ensure that Congress is going to be decimated in 2024.
Absolutely. Mr. Ketkar and Mr. Rajagopalan, in the next 10 minutes, I want us to focus on the big picture ideas that's engaging the attention of the voters today in those states as well as in the rest of the country. Mr. Ketkar, I want to start by asking you...
Let me go first. Let me go first.
Sure.
Let me go first.
Sure.
Because Prafulla Ketkar, he's a very experienced and seasoned editor. But let me give, because I have covered the Lok Sabha Parliament
I have
elections.
no issues. If Mr. Ketkar is okay with it, fine.
Okay, let Ketkar take it.
All right, go ahead.
My understanding, Mr. Ramesh, for next 3 months, how opposition may not be coming together. There may not be a unity amongst themselves.
Okay.
Because there are conflicting views. Trinamool Congress is taking the India alliance to the north side. This side, south side, when you go to DMK, Sanatan Dharma. And, Akhilesh Yadav says, Kamalnath describes Akhilesh as Pikilesh, Kikalesh. So this type of words, when they themselves are using, how that opposition is going to be united.
Right.
Second point, Mr. Narendra Modi is going to be challenged by the regional parties, not by the Congress, because Congress has been wiped out in Hindi heartland. Out of 294 seats in all the 8 states, Congress has no 1 seat in Lok Sabha from that 294. It has been totally wiped out. Why? Because of anti-Hindu policies adopted by Congress and the pro-minority plank which they had taken. The voters, especially youngsters, those who are born in 2000, 2001, 2002, that I call this as a Modi era, because Narendra Modi, after 23 years, whomsoever is voting first time or second time now, they were born in Narendra Modi's era as a chief minister and also the prime minister. This 23 years full. It's of Modi era. So my understanding is they are all called digital children. Digital children expectations are more, Mr. Ramesh. And there is an aspiration. That is why Mr. Narendra Modi repeatedly saying, aspirational society, I want to engage with them. I want to talk to them like that. And the aspiration has also come in the way of, development. Mr. Narendra Modi ensured that even if you are a corona patient, you get an inoculation, you get a certificate on your digital platform, that is on mobile. Such a great amount of digitalization. That is why I call the youths are digitalized children. They are all for Narendra Modi. 2024 is going to be for Narendra Modi, and it is going to be totally against the opposition, especially this Congress, by three Gandhis, mother, son, and daughter.
Absolutely. Point well taken. Mr. Ketkar, coming to you now. I want to talk about what
sorry,
you
Ketkar,
said.
I interrupted you. Sorry.
Not at all. You're most welcome. Not at all. Mr. Ketkar, coming to you now. You spoke something very interesting. It's not every day that we keep hearing about women as a constituency coming into their own, and a leader like Narendra Modi saying that, development, or, he thanked voters for reposing faith in BJP's model of development. He says, development will trump caste, and my 4 key constituencies are the following: women, youth, farmers, and the poor. We've seen that in Madhya Pradesh, the Ladli Behna Yojana. We've seen that in the Mehtari Vandan Yojana in Chhattisgarh. You think this is now emerging as a key constituency, women in particular, for the BJP and for Mr. Modi in particular?
See, Ramesh, if we see the trajectory of Indian democracy, there was one point, when we got independence, people were very skeptical whether, this is uneducated women, how can they get the vote?
Right.
Everywhere in the world, women had to fight for their right to vote. But at one go, we accepted adult franchise, and initially, women were seen just as an extension of vote of their either elderly person in the house or husband. And now what has happened, first time ever, we are seeing the trend where states after states, the number of women voters are outnumbering the male voters. Now that is a changed scenario. Their aspirations are changing.
Absolutely.
Their exposure is changing.
Absolutely.
Now, with this, Nari Shakti bill, that is going to ensure 33% reservation for women after 2020.
Oh, I'm afraid we've lost that link with Mr. Ketkar. We'll fix that. But what
please
continue.
Let me.
Sure.
Sorry.
Mr. Ketkar, are you with us?
Very new opportunity for women voters. And now this aspirational class is.
I'm afraid we lost the link. Mr. Rajagopalan, you wanted to come in, please?
And
yes.
Particular class through various measures.
Right. Mr. Rajagopalan, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you. And my understanding, Mr. Ramesh, the regional parties are going to be, very, very well prepared for 2024 election, because they thought that, Congress was the glue to them. But now they realize Congress is exposed. Congress is decimated in North India. That is why the South Indian parties, especially DMK, KCR, Jagan Reddy, Naveen Patnaik, Mr. Nitish Kumar, such type of regional parties are afraid of taking on Mr. Narendra Modi.
Right.
So therefore, Mr. Narendra Modi ensured, because of his development, because of his aspirational implementation of many popular programs, including the fulfilling of the Bharatiya Janata Party's and RSS dream of Ram Mandir in 2024, January 22nd, it is going to be inaugurated. So such assurance, Modi to mumkin hai, it's a Modi's guarantee.
Right. So as Mr. Rajagopalan says, all eyes now on 2024. And as Mr. Prime Minister Modi himself said in his remarks there, your dreams are my commitment. In fact, fulfilling your dreams are my commitment is what he said. On that note, may I thank both my guests, Mr. Rajagopalan and Mr. Ketkar, for joining us and sharing your thoughts with our viewers at home and abroad as well. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.